Thanks for joining us here at AMSnews.tv.
Welcome home, everyone. I am Mary Spence, your host here at 21st Century Investments on AMSnews.tv, and we are continuing with our special guest today with Rachel Miller-Ferrami, and we were talking about the closing process. And there are just a couple of more things that I would like Rachel to get to prior to our closing out the show today. We are going to talk about owner title insurance as well as judgments. So Rachel, tell our viewers the importance of having owner title insurance when it goes to closing on a home.
So owner's title insurance basically covers the buyer for anything that might have occurred on title that, of course, we were not able to catch, such as fraud or things of that sort. It's also important because there is a 30-day gap on our report from the courthouse versus the day you're going to come in and sit at settlement.
Okay.
So let's say if the seller decided to go pull out a home equity line, which has happened, the day before settlement.
Oh, wow.
Then that becomes a lien against the property, and that becomes the buyer's problem.
Okay.
So if you don't have owner's title insurance, you would have to hire an attorney and go through the litigation process to get it removed from the property.
They would inherit that situation?
Absolutely.
Okay, wow.
Yes. And so if you do have owner's title insurance, then we will pay to get it removed from the house. Another instance is, as far as fraud is concerned, about 10 years ago, I was doing a settlement, and it was a husband and wife, and they came in, signed their documents, left with their proceeds, which was quite a bit, and about 2 weeks later, the actual wife called us.
Oh my.
Yes.
Okay, so you said the husband and wife came in.
Right.
But then 2 weeks later, the actual wife came in.
Yes.
Okay, another situation of fraud, just like you said.
Absolutely.
Okay.
So we soon found out that it was the guy's girlfriend with a fake ID.
Oh my.
Yes, and good enough of a fake ID that they were able to cash the check at the bank.
Ooh,
so in the process of something like that, the wife still owns the home, and if she wanted to, she could have evicted the new buyers. So that's where title insurance comes into play again, because we would protect the buyers.
Okay.
If she wanted the home back, then we would just have to give the buyers the market value of the property. Unfortunately, let them find another home.
Wow.
And people have to understand the lender is not going to give you the money unless we do the lender's title insurance.
Gotcha.
So if it's that important that the lender's not even going to hand you a dime unless they're insured, then you should take that much importance in covering yourself as well.
Good.
Yes.
That's good news. I hope you all are listening to this information. It's good information she's giving out today. Now, we also want to just talk a bit more about judgments on the property.
Okay. So what we do is we do judgment reports on buyer and seller.
Okay.
Obvious reasons for the seller is because we want to know what has to be paid off, so then it will never become a lien on the property. Example being, again, quite a few years ago, we had a gentleman who was selling his property. Judgment report came in, and he owed $46,000 in child support.
Oh.
Yes.
Okay.
So we had to call him up and let him know that $46,000 of his proceeds were going to go to his ex-wife.
Okay.
Yes. So as judgments as far as the buyer's concerned, we just want to make sure that you are not in the process of getting sued or have been sued recently, for that matter, because then it becomes a lien against the property after the fact.
Got it.
And we just want to avoid not having clear title. You know, now if it happens after the fact, then we're fine.
Okay.
Bankruptcy is another great example. Someone were to file bankruptcy the day before settlement. We actually, well, the problem is we won't know unless someone tells us.
So very true.
So we actually had a gentleman file bankruptcy the day of settlement.
Wow.
And we immediately had to call him and tell him to pull it back out of the court system, because then that means the house would become the property of the trustee.
That's correct.
Of the bankruptcy court.
That's correct.
And our new buyers would have received an eviction notice.
Wow.
For 30 days to get out. And again, if you didn't have owner's title insurance, you're just out.
Wow.
The lender's going to get their money and you're not.
Jeez.
Yeah. So it's important, it's very important,
Wow.
yes.
Okay, well, we thank Rachel. She has just given us so much good information today of things that you probably didn't even know that go on behind the scenes when you're purchasing and or selling your home. So we really thank her for all of this information today, and we want you to tell our viewers how they can reach you again.
Okay.
All right?
Again, it's Rachel, R-A-C-H-E-L, at TurnKeySettlements.com. Phone number is 410-721-6269. And once again, please visit our Facebook page. You will absolutely love it and enjoy the smiling faces on there. And I also put informational ads on there as well in regards to the current market.
Wonderful. And your Facebook page is?
It's Turnkey Title.
Okay, awesome. Thank you again, Rachel, for being here with us today and talking about the settlement and closing process on a home. I am Mary Spence of 21st Century Investments here on AMSnews.tv, and we thank you so much for being with us today.